Hi, welcome to the first episode of the Split Thought Podcast. I'm your host, Shankar Dhillon, and it's the first episode of the podcast. I'm here with my first guest, Kevin. How's it going, Kevin?
Hey, what's up? It's such an honor to be here. I heard about Split Thought before, and I know you guys. Well, I know from mutual friends, and it was really cool. So I'm really honored to be the first guest. So.
And it's really an honor to have you here too. So tell us a little bit. He has his own YouTube channel for people who don't know. Tell us a little about your channel and what you do.
Oh man, dang. I didn't think I'd get this far, but I have about 30,000 subscribers. For the past 2 years I've been making videos about Power Rangers. There's this Japanese version of Power Rangers called Super Sentai. Collectively, it's in a genre called Tokusatsu. Live action drama is what it's for. So that's pretty much what I do on my channel. 30,000 subscribers. I'm very, very proud of it. Very humbled. So
tell me how you started that. Actually, tell me how that idea just came to mind. Like, I want to create videos on Power Rangers.
Well, things just happen. At first, when you're young, everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to record videos. Right. Everybody wants to be the next PewDiePie, Markiplier, or beauty guru. I see so many people make video game content. I was one of those people. I made video game reviews at first.
Are those videos still up?
Thankfully not. Oh. I still have them on my computer, my hard drive, but no, they're not on the internet as far as I know. As far as I know.
What kind of game reviews did you do?
So I was inspired by Pro Jared. He's a video game reviewer.
I'm familiar, yeah.
Pro Jared, angry video game nerd, of course. I don't swear, so I don't do that vulgar stuff, but just skit reviews about a game, and it works somewhat. I got a small following, 1,000 subscribers from there, but I watched this channel called CinemaSins. Mm-hmm. I'm sure it's a very popular channel. Talks about movies, sort of reviews them in a satirical way, but that's where I got the idea. I did that on Power Rangers stuff. One of the first one was a Super Sentai movie, and I posted it to Reddit with my friend. It got downvoted like crazy. No one liked it.
Oh, God.
and from there, I just kept doing it. I don't know why. I'm crazy, I guess.
And so I assume you started watching Super Sentai before Mighty Morphin or the original American version?
I grew up with, surprisingly, Turbo. It's not the most revered Power Rangers season.
Right, I've heard.
Yeah, it's actually one of the most hated seasons.
Yeah.
But I grew up with it. I remember going home from school, elementary school. I turned on the TV. I watched Power Rangers Turbo. And my parents were probably really annoyed from listening to the theme all the time.
It didn't have the best theme either. But what was the actual series that? Well, I assume you got hooked by Turbo. But what was the series that actually made you like Power Rangers?
Oh, jeez. I stopped around Wild Force because I was getting too old for it. I grew out of Power Rangers, but coming back, it was around high school. I just Googled or YouTube that Power Rangers thing I liked when I was little, and I don't remember which one. I think Jungle Fury was a recent one, or somewhere around there. And then I saw on the recommendation Super Sentai stuff, and this is gonna get a little off topic, but
that's fine.
Well, one of the Sentai things. Well, one of the coolest thing about the Sentai is that there's a lot of crossover. There's a lot of continuity stuff. Power Rangers does that too sometimes, but in Sentai, the actors actually come back. They have to come back every season for a movie, for a crossover.
Like crossover Rangers, you mean?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, okay.
The Rangers cross over a lot, and there's a lot of story that continues on from the previous season. And in one of the Sentai scenes, every single Power Ranger, Sentai Ranger, every single one, all like 211 something of them, they are all on screen fighting the villains, and it was so cool. After that, I just got hooked. I loved it. It was super cheesy. People were still saying, we got to do this for humanity, and it's still super cheesy. It was Power Rangers, the Sentai, but I fell in love with it. It was super cool. Says a lot of people will think it's really nerdy and geeky, and it is, but I like to say, just enjoy what you like. If it's whether it's nerdy, whether it's geeky, whether people will look down on you for it,
right.
Just enjoy it, and I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, well, didn't they do something like that on Megaforce?
That's
where every single ranger just came on and like fought that one guy.
Yeah, that's where the scene came from, because in Power Rangers they get footage from Super Sentai and splice it in with American footage, and that's where the Megaforce scenes came from.
But I heard it wasn't good.
No,
the Megaforce one wasn't
the
good.
Megaforce one wasn't good because in context in the Sentai movie, all the actors too, they weren't just suits and you don't see their faces.
All the actual faces.
The actors came back too.
Wow.
So in context, the actors came back. They interacted a lot and they like transformed together on the same screen and they fought the villain.
That's a lot of like morphing footage and
that's
a lot of people.
It is. It's 200 Rangers.
Yeah. How'd they get time for everybody? Or they didn't.
Along with the context, there's a season that goes along with the movie. Mm-hmm. So the actors come back throughout the season, and then they put a lot of that footage in the movie to come back and transform and fight. When Megaforce did it, there wasn't a lot of heart to it. The footage was just dropped in there for no reason.
Right.
It looked really weird.
It was just like 6 veteran Rangers that came back.
Yeah, and even then they only had like one line.
So, right, yeah, that's true. Because I didn't see the episode, but obviously I YouTubed it.
Yeah, of course.
But what's your favorite? What's your favorite American Power? You've told me this, but for the audience? What's your favorite American Power Rangers?
It's Power Rangers RPM.
Yeah.
I think it's 2008, 2009. A lot of people are gonna say Mighty Morphin. And
just for nostalgia, I think.
Just for nostalgia. Yeah. That's the one thing that bothers me. Like, you can like Mighty Morphin, but everybody always says Mighty Morphin because of nostalgia.
Nostalgia, yeah. That's what I grew up with, you know?
Yeah.
No, my favorite Power Rangers is definitely Time Force.
Yeah,
or In Space.
Those are really good. Yeah. Those are amazing seasons.
Yeah, they're really good because I was really into, and I actually got to meet one of the Time Force Rangers, Lucas, the Blue Space Ranger. No, Blue Time Force Ranger.
You have that interview on Split.
Yeah. Go check it out. Actually, link right here. But yeah, I did that interview with him, and I didn't know he was in. Did you know he played Scorpion King?
I don't. Actually.
He basically played the younger version of The Rock.
What?
If you watch the interview, he calls himself the Pebble. Is The Rock? He does like you smell what the Pebble is cooking. He does like the eyebrow thing and everything. It's fucking.
Oh my god,
it's so funny, bro. And I'd love to meet Jason Font though, Red Time Force Ranger. I'd love to meet Christopher Kamen Lee, Andros. Mm-hmm. He seems cool. Like he seems like he doesn't give a shit about things.
Yeah.
You said you went to Power Morphicon, right? 2018.
Yeah. I met a few actors too. Specifically, I met. From Dino Charge, the Purple Ranger, the female one.
There's a Purple Ranger?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
What? Oh, man.
Is she like a secondary, like extra ranger?
Yeah, but she fights a lot with them. She's an extra ranger, but, she comes and goes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a Purple Ranger. I know there's no Yellow Ranger in this season, the Dino Charge.
No.
There's black and green at the same time, actually.
Yeah, that's really cool. Although, a little fun fact, in the Sentai version of that, they don't have a Yellow Ranger because the director thought that since dinosaurs are so popular with boys, they wouldn't want another female ranger.
Wow.
So they only have the pink.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the reason why Power Rangers, there's a lot of trivia with that is because the Sentai has to do a lot with the footage,
right.
The actors, why things happen. Right. They have to work on the footage. But yeah, anyway, back to Power Morphicon. Yeah. I met a few actors. I talked to them. It was really fun. I met fans, I met friends from online, and JDF was there too. I met him too. Well, for the few seconds we had.
For like a picture or something?
Yeah. Well, I don't take pictures.
So, okay. You just met him and said hi. Did you sign anything? Or
no, I just said hi. Yeah.
Oh, was he cool? He seemed pretty.
He's very chill. A lot of the actors are very chill. Mm-hmm. I met a couple of the RPM actors too, and oh man, it was like
I bet. Well, which one are the RPMs?
The blue one, the villain, and the silver and gold Rangers.
Okay. Oh, the twins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't watch RPM because I was like, after what's that era where Wild Force ended? The Saban era.
Saban and Disney.
After the Saban era, the only Disney era ones I watched was SPD and Dino Thunder.
Those were good seasons too.
Yeah. They were really cool. I saw Dino Thunder because obviously Tommy came back, and I was a big fan of Tommy. But after Saban, I was like, well, I don't know what's going on. I just kind of grew out of it. But recently, when I went to Imperial Comic-Con, I met the Power Rangers. Like, I'm getting back into it. Like, I'm remembering my nostalgia from it. So there was the Tracy Lynn Cruz, the Yellow Space and Turbo Ranger. There was Michael Copon, the Blue Time Force Ranger, I said, and Blake Foster, the Blue Turbo Ranger. He's really cool, Blue Turbo. That interview's coming out though. At the time of this recording, it has not been out, but it will be. I promise. He was really cool. Like we got him a beer and everything. In the middle of the interview, we get him a beer.
You got the Blue Power Ranger a beer.
Yeah, dude. He's like so cool. He's like so cool, bro. And there's a couple of things that I don't want to say on camera because if he sees it, I feel like he'd get mad at me. But Blake Foster, you're cool. You're very chill. But yeah, he's super chill. My co-pilot was like iffy. Like he was like, oh. He gets interviewed all the time. Mm-hmm. He always has a camera in his face. Mm-hmm. But Tracy Lynn was like the sweetest one. She was like super nice. She was always willing to hang out with us and like she was talking to us like for hours among hours, and she was just super cool. You said RPM was like your favorite, right?
Yeah.
I saw some footage before this podcast. That shit's dark. It is dark. The Green Ranger isn't human.
It's not the green one.
Oh wait, which one?
The black one.
He's not. He's an android, huh?
Yeah.
That was crazy to me. That was absolutely like. How'd you feel when you saw that?
Are we allowed to talk about spoilers?
RPM came out like 10 years ago. Why you get?
It's a good season. People should watch it blindly. But
if you haven't seen RPM by this time, like, come on.
Well, have you seen it like entirely?
I'm not gonna watch it. Just tell me.
Okay, so. The villain of the season is the Black Ranger's sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't it like isn't it a computer?
Well, the chick villain, the female one, the human one, but she's an android too. And when they were young, they got captured, and they lost their memory, so that's why he's an android.
But he doesn't remember he's an android.
Nope.
Wow, that is dark. That's kind of like an Andros thing where his sister's the villain.
Yeah, that's where the idea came from, because the writer for In Space actually came in for the second half of RPM. So a lot of the ideas were together.
That's very cool. But like that's a lot of it's really dark for a kid show too. Like it's got some like witty like humor in it, but like it's still hella like post-apocalyptic. First of all, if you have a kid show and it's the post-apocalyptic era, that's dark already, okay? Because that's like you're basically introducing the end of the world to kids. That's scary. That shit's scary.
One of the first lines said in RPM, there's like a few minutes of the apocalypse happening. That the robots are attacking humans, and you actually see them like fall. Like are they dead or are they just like knocked out? But they're pretty much dead. You know.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to get into the city to be saved because it's the final city on Earth and that's the only place of sanctuary. Yeah. So you see people run in. And the commander or the colonel, he's or one of the army is like, what are we gonna do? Not everyone's gonna make it. And then the commander says, then God help him. And
shit!
It's crazy. You wouldn't expect it from Power Rangers.
No, not at all. Always the one thing I always wondered as a kid is like they never say dead.
Yeah.
They say destroyed. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, I destroyed him. Like, no, you killed him. Like that's it. In my opinion, it's like you didn't know he's dead. Or when I was a kid, the dark thing was when Zordon died. Yeah. When Andros had to destroy Zordon. Mm-hmm. That was like, for some reason, I thought that was the end of Power Rangers forever. Like, okay, since Zordon's gone, all the villains basically died. So I was like, is this the end of Power Rangers? I thought. And then after that was what, Lost Galaxy?
Lost Galaxy.
So what? Yeah, so that for me, like after Andros defeated Zordon, I was like, okay, I feel like this is the end because Rita turned human again or something.
Yeah, she and Lord Zed.
Yeah, like I don't know the story behind that. Do you?
They just turn human.
Oh, okay, like they just do.
Yeah.
Okay. I had a question for you. So you're a Sentai guy. I'm never gonna watch Sentai, by the way, just so you know. So what is the deal with like? Okay, so is there a Tommy
in Sentai?
Yeah,
an equivalent.
Like, is he the white, green, red? Turbo and Zeo? Like
he's been multiple Rangers.
Yeah, is he like that one character as well? Like, is there a Tommy?
I don't think so.
No.
There's like returning actors who play new characters, which is kind of weird. Like you don't see that in American shows. But the same actor plays different characters, different Rangers, but they're not the same character.
Okay, but there's only been one Green Ranger. Like the Green Ranger has not been other Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay, so there hasn't been a Tommy.
No.
Okay, then there was that one Ranger who no one knows who it is either. That one black suited guy. He's got like a spacesuit. Yeah, I think. Yeah, from
the Phantom Ranger.
Yeah. Does he have an identity in Sentai too?
In the Sentai, no.
No, so still no.
No.
Blake Foster said he said that's me in the future. Like he's basically just saying like I would be down if we make that. That's me in the future. Like that's Justin in the future.
That's like a fanfic thing. I would really like that.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
And an answer to that would be amazing.
But what did he came for? I don't know. I've never heard about this guy until recently. I'm like, what is the Phantom Ranger?
In terms of Power Rangers, There was a whole story written about him that went all the way to in space. There was one rumor that the writer wanted him to be Zordon's son and continue the story from there.
Whoa.
In the original script, they wanted the Phantom Ranger to be Zordon's son, but making TV shows is hard. There's gonna be a lot of changes, and they couldn't keep it because there's already a lot of story in space. They wanted to wrap things up. And Phantom Ranger was just one thing they couldn't wrap up. And him being Zordon's son would continue the story. As we probably see in Lost Galaxy, and that would have been good, but things are hard.
Well, actually, today before we actually recorded, you said this would be the 2 years that the 2017 Power Rangers came out.
Yeah, the sort of reboot, the big movie that was really cool.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Really?
Yeah, I love the movie. Why, you didn't like it?
Well, I was like, I didn't expect that to be your answer because I didn't know. Because if you said RPM was something you liked, I didn't think you'd like the reboot.
And I like dark. I also like cheesy, but
that movie was not dark.
It wasn't dark.
Well, kind of. The Blue Ranger died. Billy died.
Well, for like a second.
Well, he was dead. He was literally dead. But yeah, dude, I didn't think you'd like it. I thought your answer was gonna be like, it was whatever. But I didn't know you actually like dead ass into it.
When the toys were coming out, they had this ginormous mech, the Megazord.
Yeah,
it was like this tall, and I wanted it, but it was like $100. And
the Megazord was pretty cool.
It was cool. I loved it. I loved the movie. The CGI was good. The characters were lovable. I actually prefer them more than the original Mighty Morphin.
Yeah.
The action was amazing. I really like Rita. I like the CGI.
What was her name? What was the actress who played Rita?
I don't know.
Oh, but did you like what I didn't like about the movie is that they didn't spend enough time morphed. That literally was like, I understand it was like the build up for it, but it's still like it wasn't enough like fighting on like with the putties and stuff.
That was a lot of people's problem with it. Mm-hmm. Although I understand what bothered me the most was in the trailers they showed them the scene where they're walking together, the first morph.
Oh yeah,
and that's.
You should have waited. They should have put that in the movie instead of the trailer.
It bothered me because that's like at the end.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, how did you feel about when they name dropped Tommy?
They name drop. Oh, at the end there.
Yeah, Tommy
credits.
Oliver. Yeah.
Man, I knew they wanted to set up, and it was kind of confirmed that they do want to make another movie with Hasbro owning the Power Rangers license.
No, they canceled that project.
With Hasbro?
They canceled the sequel.
They said that they were still thinking about it because Hasbro has a lot of money.
Because I heard they were dropping it because I wasn't too excited for it because I heard they were making Tommy a female.
I heard that too.
And I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah, it might be a little bit pandering, but
I didn't mind the whole race changing Billy and all that or like anything like that. But gender swapping is just like I can't do it.
As long as the character's good, it's whatever.
I don't know, because if they're rebooting off the original, I feel like they got to respect the original stuff.
Yeah, I feel that too. I know with Saban, who bought Power Rangers back, they didn't want to because Saban's not that big of a company. But with Hasbro, I know they have a lot of money. They have Transformers, Magic the Gathering, all those board games that no one's heard of.
Yeah.
They have a lot of money. I think they can afford to make a movie, and I think that's what they were talking about.
I'd be down for it. Did you like the Mighty Morphin movie that came out in 2001 or 2? What was it? The original Mighty Morphin movie.
Yeah, with the really bad CGI Megazord.
Yeah, that was horrible.
And Ivan Ooze.
That's still pretty bad. When I was a kid, I knew that looked bad.
Well, just like the original Power Rangers, looking back at it, it's really dumb. It's really cheesy, but I think it's the one thing from Mighty Morphin I really enjoy still.
Yeah, but I like that movie. Did you you didn't like the Turbo movie, huh?
Surprisingly, I've never seen it.
Really?
Yeah. I've never
seen it. I saw it when I was a kid, and then I recently rewatched the clips of it. And I'm like, I saw that. I was like, it was coming back to me. I'm like, yeah, I remember that. I'm like, that is bad. Like I thought it was a bad. No offense, Blake Foster. I didn't like that movie. You're an actor. like Em and I sometimes text back, but like no offense, Blake, but like that movie was pretty bad. You're an actor. I get it, but like you're cool. The movie was just bad.
Gosh. Okay, moving on.
Okay, moving on.
What was weird about Turbo was that the cameras looked like they were TV show quality cameras.
Yeah.
But in the Power Rangers movie from the 90s, that it actually looked kind of good.
Yeah.
The suits looked really cool. The ninja suits, the things that a lot of the action was really good. And then when it went to Turbo, it was pretty much just a 1 hour version of the TV show.
Yeah, I get you. You also said you're a Magic the Gathering guy, right?
Oh man, I love Magic.
We were playing a game of Commander before this started. We had the exact same Commander. For people who don't know, Magic the Gathering is this really nerdy card game that's been as old as time. Not as old, it's like 93. But it's a really nerdy card game. If you never played it, please do pick it up, and it's actually really a lot of fun. If you don't like it, the artwork's pretty cool. But I've been playing since freshman year of high school, so like 2015 maybe. So how long have you been playing for, you said?
I always say high school.
That's high school, yeah.
Yeah, high school years is where
We're
a lot
old.
of stuff came out. Yeah, I remember I picked up a 2012 core starter deck, and that's how I started playing.
Yeah, and but yeah, what you said one of your favorite cards was one of your videos you said like one of your favorite cards is like Soul Ring or something, that artwork for Soul Ring.
I called it a masterpiece because it was just a play on words of the masterpiece set. Like, these things are masterpieces, and then the masterpiece set.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So what would you be like your favorite? What color do you like playing though? Like the most?
I don't really have a favorite. I just play them all, whatever looks good.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I love blue, and most people hate blue.
Yeah, you're a jerk.
Yeah, people call me a jerk for it, but I like blue. If the same concepts were in other colors, I'd like them, but I like blue a lot. I like a lot of styling. I don't even like the counter spells, just mostly what they have.
Yeah.
I like card draw. But Magic's a lot of fun. Go check it out.
It is.
So you tell me about yourself, besides the Power Ranger thing and Magic, what else are you into? Like, what else is in your life? You've been to the music genre, right? Like the local music stuff?
Ever since I was like in elementary, even before that, I've been into music. I know how to play guitar, bass. Well, if you play those, you know them. Drums. I can sing sort of if I try hard enough. I played piano, flute. I've been really wanting to get into... Actually, never mind. No, that's it. I think that's how I know how to play.
Yeah, you said guitar, bass, piano, flute,
drums, a little bit of
vocals. Nice. Yeah. You're not in a band yourself?
I used to be, but recently I've just things came up. I couldn't really do a band anymore.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have a local artist here soon. One of the bandmates, or maybe the whole bandmates from Sweet Orange. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Sweet Orange, Quentin, Ferdy, Richie, and then your drummer. I don't know what his name is. Reyes. Thanks, boss. He's the guy holding the camera. Yeah, so hopefully I get them all, or at least one of them here and here. They're all good characters. Mm-hmm. Their music's pretty cool. So far they've done a lot of covers, but they're coming up with new stuff, and for Split Thought too. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. What's next for you though? What's going on with you and your channel? If you want to update people.
Well, I haven't been uploading that much on my channel recently. I've only been doing these hour-long videos. Before, I uploaded a video once a week. That was my schedule. I did that for like a year and a half straight. Recently, I slowed down. I uploaded like once every other month now, or once a month at least. So I try to focus more on life. I mean, YouTube's fun. It was fun for that year, but I think it was time to move on. It was time to do other things. Time to focus on other things. So I still talk about Sentai. I still talk about the Tokusatsu genre, but more in life. I recently got my associate's degree in digital design and production. I edit for other people. Like I don't have time to edit my own videos because I edit for other people.
I get you.
I get paid for that. I do commission work. I can do graphics. I'm mostly a video editor. I'm thinking of getting into a bachelor's degree to teach other people how to edit.
Oh, nice.
I want to teach people how to edit because I think editing is one of the few things people should learn. Coding, learning how to ride a bike.
I want to learn
how to ride a bike. If you learn how to draw a bike, that's a good start too for graphics.
I'm horrible at drawing. I've never been the greatest drawer.
I can't draw either, but hey, I can do some pretty cool graphics sometimes.
Nice.
Split Thought there. That's a pretty cool logo. I like.
Shout out to Split Thought, the show.
But I want to teach people how to edit. It's really important. I want to teach people how to do all that stuff because like I can talk to you guys for an hour just to talk about each little like stroke and how good this looks.
Really, and that you can really stretch that out
for an hour, like 30 minutes.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but still, I think that's really cool. And more in life, I want to learn how to or I want to be a better editor. I want to teach people. You know how much people who edit movies make? A lot of money.
Yeah, yeah. They're not on the big screen or like behind camera, but they get bank. I bet.
Recently, in the Oscars, they were name dropping editors too, because recently
they're trying to get the attention.
Yeah, like editors are getting more of the attention. Like before, you just watch a movie, you don't really care. Like the
those
second
credits,
it takes. But now, in 12 Years a Slave, one of the actresses name dropped the person who edited the movie, and that was interesting to me because you don't see people do that. Like,
right?
Who cares about the editor? But then they talked about it, and because you don't have a movie if you don't edit it.
Right.
Like each second matters. Each second that stands on the camera matters. Each second looking over here matters.
Right. So you want to edit movies yourself?
I want to edit everything.
What's a movie that you saw that like, wow, the editing was really good in this?
Man, the only thing that's going through my head right now is Power Rangers.
Really?
But
like for the shows?
The movie, the 2017 movie. But,
you love the editing in that?
Yeah, because there's the slow moments. A lot of the moments outside of the suits was slow, and people were talking. But if you have a back and forth shot of just face here, and that's all you do for like a minute, that gets really boring. But if you put a camera like behind a bookcase and it's shaking a little bit, and then you feel the atmosphere.
Okay.
Or if you put a camera like on top of a desk and it's slowly panning through, like that. That's really interesting to me, and they did a lot in the movie that I thought was really interesting.
I gotta watch it again just so it's on Hulu actually. So I gotta watch it again just to look at the editing process, because I don't really focus on the editing sometimes. Obviously, I'm one of those people like, oh, this looks really cool.
Yeah.
Are you a big fan of the Marvel movies? Like the?
Oh man, I love Marvel.
Yeah. So, what did you think of like the editing and like the Infinity War stuff?
Infinity War, weirdly enough, the editing wasn't on par as to like the first Avengers, but it was still really good.
Yeah.
The action scenes especially take so much time to put together, because you have the CGI guys, but they don't know how much they need to put in for those seconds, so each second matters again.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to something else, so maybe there's like a minute worth of lost footage we don't know because that footage was cut for the editing process. And again, when people talk, it's very interesting to see in real life, you and me just talking without the camera, it will just be like we're just talking.
Yeah.
But in a movie, it's interesting. The camera can shake, the camera can pan around. And in Infinity War, they did a lot too, especially in the fighting scenes, because when they fight Thanos, Doctor Strange, when he does his special powers, no one's really gonna know when they're editing how long those effects are gonna take.
Right.
So it's really cool to see it all come together fluidly, rapidly, and consistently. So, man, I could talk about this forever.
No, it's cool. That's totally fine. It's absolutely great. No, I'm actually interested. But like, so I assume you also admire like the CGI that goes into this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. Like to me, like Thanos looked hella realistic. Like you can't tell you CGI pretty much all the time. Did you watch Captain Marvel?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I don't want to spoil, but I didn't like that movie.
Me neither did I.
Okay, because I was like, this is horrible. Did you read the comic books?
I only read one of them to prepare for the Captain Marvel movie.
So you would understand like the movie, like why.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Just I wasn't.
I'm not gonna say what happens.
Right. We won't say what happens. But
what they did with Marvel was really dumb to me.
That too, and then with the scrolls, I like with the scrolls, but I wasn't too hyped for it.
Neither was I.
I was just like, I'm gonna go watch it just to see what's gonna tie into Endgame, basically.
And that was disappointing too.
Really?
To me, it was disappointing.
Yeah, kind of, because you already expected it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like they basically just showed you what you already knew, and I was like, I'm spoiled. You don't even go watch the credit scene, like really.
Yeah, that's disappointing to me too. You don't have to watch it to.
The Endgame trailer showed more of Captain Marvel than that trailer than that scene. Not even. It's probably true. Like maybe a couple seconds more. But I'm so excited for Endgame, man.
Oh, me too.
I can't, because it's been building up since the first Iron Man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's finally gonna go down, and Iron Man's PTSD is gonna go away, hopefully. And I don't know, like ever since Iron Man 3, all he's been talking about is like, man, my PTSD. It's like that's all he's been like crying about most of the time, and hopefully he gets rid of it.
When it came to the CGI, a lot of it looks real. When with Nick Fury, they had to like CGI him to look a little bit younger,
like Pulp Fiction. No, like Die Hard younger.
Yeah, they There were times where it stood out, like you could obviously tell, but
I couldn't at all. I actually totally forgot he was CGI during the whole. I literally could not tell.
maybe I focused on it too much.
I did it. I just totally was like, I never even. I had to remind myself like, oh yeah, he's CGI. Like I was just so impressed by it, and Coulson too, wasn't he supposed to be CGI because he's a little younger too? I was like, I could not tell at all. And that, like, the CGI was good in that movie. Like I was digging like the visual effects about it. Her suit and everything was cool. But that story, man, was just they could have. I feel like after so much hype for like all that, they could have done a better movie with it. If you like the movie, it's totally fine. Just we have our own opinions. They'll still exist if you guys didn't know. Oh man, I wanted to ask something about Power Rangers. I heard the most expensive Power Ranger show was Lost Galaxy. Is that still true?
Oh man,
because Lost Galaxy has quite a budget.
I want to say it was that and RPM. Because Lost Galaxy, they since in space was supposed to be the last season, like internally, so they had a bit of a budget. But since it was really popular, well, you know the rest. Lost Galaxy, they were given a bit more money to do it, so that's why it had more budget. That's why they were able to do more with like Alpha coming back and having a space opera. Because originally it wasn't supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
But since they had the money, they did it. And another fun fact about it was that they had a story. There was a monster in Lost Galaxy where they were supposed to focus on it more, but they ran out of money for the budget, so they couldn't do that.
Was it like an expensive actor or monster or something?
It was an expensive. It was supposed to be like a 3-parter, and they couldn't do it because they already ran out of money. Because those sets look really good for a Power Ranger show.
That show looked expensive.
It did. Anything in space is expensive.
Yeah,
has to do with space. So yeah,
because it finally turned from a kids show to like a more darker scene, like an actual sci-fi show.
That's it. More sci-fi. And a similar thing came with RPM was that it was supposed to be the last season of Power Rangers like ever, because Disney didn't like Power Rangers. They wanted nothing to do with it.
Really?
It just came with their contract when they bought stuff from Saban. So when it came to RPM, they told the director and the writer, do whatever you want with it. So they did.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of the money went into that and Lost Galaxy.
But now they're still going, right?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, don't you like? Aren't you liking Beast Morphers?
Yeah, Hasbro stuff. Hasbro is kicking it out of the park right now. But when Saban bought it again,
what was the Saban again stuff?
After RPM, they re-edited the first season of Mighty Morphin for the year. They added like graphics. It was kind of dumb. Wasn't necessary.
What did you think of the Lord Draken stuff?
From the comics.
Yeah.
Dang. So I haven't been reading the comics, but I know what's going on in there. And Lord Dragon alone, his suit alone is really cool.
Killer,
and the story
right?
is awesome too.
It's tight. Like it's dark. Like like didn't Jason have to become the White Ranger? Mm-hmm. And he killed Jason, so he morphs like, I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's
like
the
that's awesome. That's really cool. I don't know what's going on, but I know that was like the big thing. That's like that's how he's fused with green and white.
Yeah.
But that's like really cool, dude. Like, is there even a Rocky? Is there even Adam anymore?
I don't think so, because in that universe, one thing happened, so the rest doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's true, huh?
Yeah.
So it's just the original, but Jason's dead, huh?
Yeah, and the fun thing about the comics is that they have more continuity. So, like, when things happen in one universe, Time Force, like the actual organization, comes in to try to fix it. But they couldn't with Lord Draken, so, like, that's where the whole story continues off, too.
Did you like Hyperforce?
The tabletop RPG.
Yeah, the tabletop.
Okay, so I love D&D too.
Oh, okay. He loves D&D. But so I assume you were really into the Hyperforce thing.
I watched like almost every episode when they were doing it live. It was really interesting.
Yeah, I was like, I guess you can be any size now and be a Power Ranger. I saw that. I was like, I guess you could be the biggest dude because Bulk is a Power Ranger. Bulk, do you remember Bulk and Skull? Bulk is a Power Ranger. I was like, now anyone can just be a Power Ranger now. It doesn't have to be visually appealing anymore.
Oh, man.
Because, what was it, Black Nerd Comedy? Mm-hmm. He's the Blue Ranger.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never thought that would happen. Like, I thought they had to look like, Tommy and stuff like that.
And their artist representations, they're kind of big, too. So they're like bulky guys. So
okay.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, I mean, I dig it. Like, they're all, like, wacky characters. And I like that they actually bring guest stars like Pink Time Force. They even brought Tommy. That was cool.
Yeah, and the Gold Ranger from RPM. They brought him, too.
Andros shows too. Like I saw that like the guest stars, and I thought it was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And the Red Ranger's the Blue Ninja Steel Ranger, right?
Yeah,
yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
I like him because him and his brother, who's also the Dino Charge Blue Ranger,
Yoshi
Sudarso.
Yeah.
They're into Sentai, and so they.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while, they like do actions that are Sentai poses into their shows, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that guy is doing a lot. He seems like he's a really nice guy. Everything I've seen about him, he looks nice. He's a really cool Blue Ranger too. I like his concept. He's like this caveman type dude.
Yeah, cool.
That's pretty cool. His English never improved. Like you ever noticed that? Like he still talks like a caveman after those seasons. I thought it was cool though. But he's a cool character. My favorite Blue Ranger has to be Sky from SPD though. He's got a great character arc.
Yeah, his story is it's really well written.
Were you confused when his dad was not Jason Font? Like he was another Time Force Red Ranger.
There was a theory about that where the Time Force Red Ranger's like descendant was part of Time Force, and then his descendants. Sky.
Oh, okay. So it's just like it went on. Because SPD takes place in the year 2035, 2025.
Yeah, something like that.
It's not far from now, but but Time Force took place in like the year 3000 something. Yeah. Okay. So it's got way off. It's way off. So that's pretty cool. Would you Did you see that Bat in the Sun thing with the Ryu?
The Dragon Ranger where he becomes a Ranger. Rio Ranger.
The Rio Ranger. That was epic.
Oh man, the Bat in the Sun, they recorded stuff before too, and with JDF, and those fights are cool. But
the Scorpion versus White Ranger.
The Green Ranger. They did that. So seeing that like in an actual official Power Rangers production was really awesome, and the suits are cool too. Yeah,
I wish they do that for everybody. Like I wish everybody got an upgrade.
Yeah,
because even the look of the morph suit looks badass.
Yeah,
but the fact that they made up a Ranger for Ryu, that was really creative and really cool of them. And that was just super cool. And they got the yellow Megaforce Ranger in there. Chun-Li didn't get a power coin though.
I wish she did. I think that would look cool.
I think everyone should be a Power Ranger.
And Bison become an Evil Ranger.
Oh damn, he'd be the next Lord Zed.
No, that'd be cool.
What if he gets Lord Zed's staff next? He gets like a little ZM on his head, on his hat.
The awesome thing about Power Rangers is that it's a bit fan fiction-y. You can kind of insert yourself to become a Ranger.
Right.
And sometimes it's official where the Rio Ranger happens and it's a real thing.
That is cool though. But like it went from just this cool little versus Green Ranger versus Ryu to like this actual thing where like now the Street Fighter, because the Rio Ranger is going to be in the Power Ranger game.
Battle for the Grid.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, or he's in the mobile version.
Yeah, he's in the mobile version.
I don't know if they're. I think he's gonna be in that one though. I don't know though. I know he's in the mobile one. But that's cool though. Like Power Rangers like made that official. But like I feel like it's an alternate universe. I guess.
Yeah.
It has to be because it just be too confusing. But bro, that's just crazy. That's cool. Like people get so creative where it actually becomes like the official like Power Rangers page. Like I would love to write. I wrote a Forever Yellow script.
Oh man,
I did. It actually pretty cool. I ran it by Ruben Najera, the guy I told you about. Shout out to Ruben, by the way. But too much budget for it. Like it's too much. I was thinking about we kickstart the whole thing, see if the fans would pay for it. The story was basically that there's this guy who gets the Yellow Ranger power coin from Mighty Morphin, and he creates some sort of prison in this like little parallel box. So the powers of the Yellow Ranger gets absorbed, and all the Yellow Ranger powers, basically the spirits of the Yellow Rangers all go in there. They're trapped. The whole purpose why he did this was that he wanted a real challenge. Basically, he wanted to fight the Red Rangers. So he built like copies of himself so he can fight all the Red Rangers at the same time. But he underestimates the Yellow Rangers. They escape and they fight him. All his copies, and he's like, well, these were meant to fight the Red Rangers. Like, it's not about the color, it's about the power, what you choose to do with it. I made make a lesson to it and
that
stuff.
Sounds super Power Rangers.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, I maybe the fans would like it. I feel like, and since we met Tracy's always, Power Rangers always doing conventions and stuff, but JDF, he seems like a really busy guy, but he had time to do that, fan film and stuff, and he had time to be back in Power Rangers. that guy literally doesn't have to do anything else, dude. Like, he just lives off that Tommy money. But, you know, it's just always cool when they're like, oh, yeah, I'm down to do it. Like, Michael Copon, the Blue Time Force, he said he's working on a Forever Blue type thing. We could say that because he said it on our episode. Go watch it right here. Where we interview Michael Copon. It's just, and I love Forever Blue Blow. Like, it's just, yeah, I love Power Rangers. Ever since I was a kid, bro, like, and Time Force was just, like, the best one because, I don't know, I like things with time travel. And when they introduced time travel, I thought that was really cool, like, an adult concept where the Red Ranger died, too. Like, they actually killed a Ranger. And then, but they did in Lost Galaxy first, right?
Yeah.
Where the Pink Ranger died because she had to go through, like, chemo or something.
Yeah.
And Andros' sister became the Pink Ranger. That was cool. Like, that was a cool concept. Because, well, then wasn't she also the Yellow Space Ranger? Yeah. Andromeda, or what's her name?
I don't even. It's been so long.
Yeah. But you know, Andrew's sister eventually became the pink Lost Galaxy Ranger, but she was originally the Yellow Space Ranger or something.
I don't think that's it.
No? Okay, because I saw something like that. She was morphing into yellow space, and I was like, when did that happen?
Yeah, I don't remember that.
But dude, like, I saw the Super Sentai footage of Mighty Morphin. They actually have guns in that, bro. Yeah. I was like, freak! Like, they have guns, bro, and they shot at a kid.
In Japan, they're
no filter.
Basically. No.
Yeah, dude. But like, yeah, it's like they have guns. They have actual guns, not like blasters or anything.
If you want me to go off the, if you thought RPM was dark in Sentai, it's almost like an adult show at times.
Yeah.
And the recent one I saw, the Black Ranger, the first time you see him, he's like smoking, and
which one?
It's not a Power Ranger, so it's a Super Sentai. It came before Mighty Morphin.
Oh, okay.
So it's not one that people
and he's
see
smoking
in
like a cigarette.
Yeah, it's a cigarette. He's like drinking, he's smoking, he's like a womanizer and stuff.
Oh,
and in the end, he gets stabbed in the stomach. Like, it's shown on screen. Like he gets mugged and he gets stabbed in the stomach, and you see it. There's no filter. You see it. That's
crazy. That I can't imagine that, bro. And like a Power Ranger series.
Yeah, you won't see that in Power Rangers.
No, I hope not.
Yeah.
if I do, that's gonna be a big problem.
Yeah.
Did you see that rated R version of Power Rangers?
I think it's just like Power / Ranger, something like that.
Yeah, like the really like dark version where they're saying the F word and stuff.
Yeah.
And no Power Rangers came back to reprise their roles for
that. The thing about that is some people try too hard to be dark and edgy.
It's creative though. It's different. The guy actually who made it has my name, Shankar. It's Adi Shankar. And I was like, I'm gonna just tell people I made that. Like, I just tell them, like, look, my name's on it. So I'm just like, no. But that was really cool. Like, and. Did you see that JDF? They asked him. Obviously, they asked the Ranger if they want to be at it, but JDF was like, "Nah, I ain't doing that."
Yeah,
like he's like, "I'm definitely not doing that."
Yeah, I saw that.
But it's just cool. I love the creativeness that comes from people where they take something so kid friendly like Power Rangers, they just make it like, all right, it's a rated R movie now. Like, it's just so funny.
Yeah.
But you're a Star Wars fan too, right?
Yeah, I love Star Wars.
Yeah, okay. Star Wars is. Did you like Last Jedi?
Am I allowed to say a bad opinion here?
You can say any type of opinion here.
I thought it was okay. It wasn't good. It wasn't great. Just okay.
I actually liked Last Jedi. I was down with it. I was like, okay, that's cool. There were some parts where, obviously, any movie has flaws. Like, I still have flaws with Return of the Jedi, and that's like my favorite Star Wars movie. But Rose is obviously something that was not a fan of, and she was just, I don't know why she was there. I was into her at first when she first appeared, when she's crying about her sister.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, we're seeing like a different side where like you don't see the emotion that comes from these pilots and their families and stuff. Like, I'm into that. I'm like, okay, I like that. And then she started talking, and I was like, hey, this needs to stop. No, but then she started getting involved. I thought it should have just ended where like you see her crying about her sister. That's like, oh wow, that was really dark. Like, you don't see their families and stuff, and like these people are actually, you know, they have lives. You know, you usually see them, they're like, oh, they're just pilots, they died, whatever. But they, you know, I thought that was cool that they did. But then when she actually started getting story involved, I was like,
yeah,
well, what is this?
The whole thing with Finn and Rose out doing whatever, that was dumb too.
And the Kanto bite thing.
Yeah, Kanto bite.
Yeah, that was like that felt slow.
Yeah,
I felt like, all right, I want to go back to race scene and stuff. Everyone was complaining about Luke. Did you complain about Luke too?
Not really. Like, I understand why they did it. I didn't like it, but whatever,
I just wish he had more like spotlight where like he comes out. Like I wish some of the fan fiction came out. Like he's gonna come out with a lightsaber and start beating the shit out of people.
I would have preferred that.
Yeah, I would have been down with that, but I liked it. It was the Star Wars movie I didn't know I wanted, in my opinion. I was like, I came in there expecting I'm gonna get like this badass lightsaber scene where he beats down like 10 Kylo Rens all at once. But nah, it was like it felt more realistic. It just what's your favorite Star Wars movie though?
Is it wrong if I say Rogue One?
That's a Star Wars movie. No, it's not wrong.
Yeah, I loved Rogue One.
It's really dope.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Every scene was beautifully made. I loved it, all of it. The story was good. The characters were good. I know people will disagree with the characters, but man, I love Rogue One.
I actually liked the characters. What was wrong with it? People said shit. I love Cassian. Cassian Andor. He was cool. I thought he was like very sly.
Each one, I guess they didn't have enough screen time.
Because Rogue One also felt like, at first I thought it was going to hit my nostalgia. Like, oh, we're just going to see old stormtroopers and Vader again. But no, they've created a good story. Like, I was cool. Were you a fan of the prequels too?
Sort of. I saw them in theaters, but...
I saw my first Star Wars movie was Revenge of the Sith. And I was hooked by then. Like, I love the prequels. I don't care what anybody says. Like, I love the prequels. They're absolute masterpieces. To me, all right? George Lucas was a genius. I'm not even being sarcastic. He was an absolute genius. And I just think those things are awesome. Did you ever play Force Unleashed?
I love Force Unleashed.
It's not canon, but, it was a hell of a story.
Star Killer was amazing.
He was too OP.
Oh, yeah.
Too OP. Did you watch Rebels?
The show?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so I was hoping they brought back Star Killer in some way. They just don't nerf him down a bit. Like, okay, don't make him take down Star Destroyers easily. just make him do like cool stuff. Like fight Vader or something once in a while. But like, yeah, he was pretty OP in Star, because I felt like, okay, it can't be canon because not even Vader could do that in my opinion. Like, Vader's supposed to be like the most powerful Sith, and it's sad that stuff didn't get canon, but it's also like kind of relief because I'm like, okay, where's Star Killer and all this stuff? I want more, and we're not getting the Force Unleashed 3, obviously.
Yeah,
that story was good though. It was hella good. I was really happy with it. But dude. What was I talking about? I was gonna transition from Rogue One. Did you like Solo though?
I like how it looked.
Oh yeah, like the visuals and stuff.
Yeah, the visuals are cool.
You like the story?
No,
really?
I thought it was really dumb.
Oh, you didn't like his backstory?
No. He didn't need a backstory.
I know what you mean. I get it. Like, I don't mind a backstory, especially with I had fun. I had fun watching it.
I had fun too, but it wasn't necessary.
Like, I love Childish Gambino's line though. That was probably like, whoa, that is too good to be true. Like, when I heard that was happening, I'm like, that is so good. Like, I feel like that's like fan art becoming true almost. Like, that's almost like that's really good. Like, there's sometimes perfect casting. Childish Gambino was perfect.
Yeah, I agree. Really good.
Like, but you wish there was no backstory. Like, I could have lived without it.
Well, one of the things I like to go by is that an interesting character can have no backstory, because that's what makes him interesting. You don't know about him. And Han Solo, he was cool. I didn't know about him, but he still shot things. He shot first, and
I don't care about the shot first thing. He could have shot fifth for all I care. Like, really, Han Solo was cool either way. Like, no one was talking about the shot before they changed it.
He's just a cool guy. You don't know much about him, but he's cool.
Right. He's been cool.
He is.
I feel like Solo. Okay, I love the Maul scene. That Darth Maul scene was epic. Like, that was like, I feel like that's what I went to go to the movies for. Like, to see that big reveal, even though I didn't know what was happening. Where, like, because it's confusing if you don't watch the cartoons too. Yeah. Because people were like all shocked about it. I was shocked, but like I was shocked that they did that. They brought him back in the movie, but people were shocked that he was alive. And I was like, come on, like, everyone was making memes about it that they will fucking die. Yeah. But it's just. It was visually cool, and it came out on my birthday too. Oh, yeah. So that's what I went to go do on my birthday. I went to watch Solo, and then I immediately went to Denny's and went to buy pancakes. That was my birthday that day, and I feel like Star Wars needs to calm down on movies, if anything. Yeah, we don't need a movie every year.
That's what I was thinking too. Movies are hard, TVs are hard, and if you put too much time into too many projects, you'll see it.
Yeah, because it's just I feel like Captain Marvel was rushed too. Like, they just really wanted to not Yeah, I just feel like they really was trying to get a story out there just to set her up for Endgame.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Like they just like, oh, we need to give her some backstory or like some kind of. She didn't feel powerful.
That was my biggest problem.
Yeah,
they say
they were setting her up like, oh,
Thanos.
she's gonna be the most powerful besides
Yeah.
Doctor. Doctor Strange still felt like he was gonna like. He was so powerful. Like Doctor Strange was incredibly powerful.
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch felt more powerful than Captain Marvel, and her powers are from I can't even say because it's a spoiler, but she didn't feel OP, and I was hoping she'd do something OP. Like she basically did that thing that Iron Man did in Endgame.
That's what I was thinking.
That's all she did.
Yeah.
Like all she did was blow some ships up. And I'm like, come on, like you can't give us some really cool power that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what Thanos does against that.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything. It's just her attitude. Just like I don't need to do anything.
Yeah, I don't want to say it felt rushed, but yeah, like you said, it
didn't feel like the movie felt fast too. It was like the movie felt over like already. Like it felt like a short film. And I wasn't a fan of Black Panther. I liked it, but I wasn't that final fight. I didn't like it. I didn't like that final Killmonger versus Black Panther fight. The tribal fight was cool.
Yeah,
because there was a lot of emotion to it, where he's talking about how his whole life was for that one moment right there. But that last fight was just CGI looked bad for a Marvel movie. It looked pretty bad.
Yeah,
and it just didn't feel like a cool final fight because there's always that like final like, oh, it's going to go down. And that last one was like it didn't feel cool.
That's what I felt too. Each Marvel movie has this big scene for the final fight, and they supposedly feel powerful. Like you're fighting in Wakanda, the one of the most beautiful places.
And they're fighting in a train station, right? Like why?
That?
Yeah, why the battle scene, the war outside was cooler.
Yeah.
Than that actual fight scene with those two guys with actual powers and stuff. I'm like, come on, like they couldn't have come up with something better.
Yeah, that was disappointing. I will say the same thing about Captain Marvel.
Right? Like that final battle.
Yeah.
Like, well, what was that?
Yeah.
Like nothing was. I guess her biggest fight was against her own Kree. Spoiler alert. Yeah, spoiler alert. I just spoiled Captain Marvel. But yeah, like that was like the big fight. That was pretty much it. So just final subject before we go off, because this got to end some point. You are a big RPM fan. You obviously like it because it was dark and it was. What like? What was I gonna ask? Well, yeah. So. What was the Japanese version, the Sentai version? It was super lighthearted, you said,
of
right?
RPM, yeah. Oh man, it's kind of embarrassing to even say. In the Japanese version, the Zords talked.
Yeah,
they came from another dimension from talking vehicles. Ginormous talking.
So really, cars came into Power Rangers. You're saying?
Yeah, it was really weird.
That is really stupid. That sounds really dumb. RPM sounds hella dark. Where you said some people die, like you don't know if like they're dead.
Yeah,
like,
they're dead.
Yeah,
they're not gonna say it, but they are.
That is incredible. Is there any like bad characters in RPM?
I don't even say there's bad characters.
Really, like everyone's like they did that show really well.
Yeah, all of them are so good. Like when it comes to Power Rangers, some of the best seasons are like completely different from the Sentai. Mighty Morphin was completely different. RPM was completely different. And Space had nothing to do with the Sentai stuff. So
what was it called in Sentai?
Which one?
The In Space one.
It was called Denji Sentai Mega Ranger, and it was based on technology, mostly video games. But it was old school. The CGI was terrible.
Yeah. But dude, so do you say the American versions have better stories than the Sentai versions, or
sometimes?
Sometimes.
I like the Sentai because it can get really dark. It can get really emotional. It can get really good. It's actually really good if you try watching it. Like not even comparing it to Power Rangers, it's really good. But then you get scenes of like Power Rangers being baked into a pizza and.
Oh, wasn't that in Turbo?
That originally came from the Sentai.
Oh, because I know what was it, the red Turbo, right? The blue Space Ranger, he said that.
Yeah.
He's like, I got baked into a giant pizza.
Yeah.
Like, no fucking way did that happen. I don't remember that.
That's because the Sentai, it's still for kids, and a lot of the goofy stuff that go into Power Rangers, I can guarantee it came from the Sentai first. Yeah. The monsters from Mighty Morphin, they look dumb because in the Sentai, the villain was trying to get Earth things. So she thought that like a pizza monster or like a pachinko monster would do it. Or it was really dumb.
But because going back, we talked about SPD, how the Kruger was literally a furry.
His suit was really cheap.
Absolutely ridiculous.
But that's only because they want to keep making the suit for later seasons.
Yeah. Well, how come the budget seems like it's more on the American versions? I would assume the Sentai have like a bigger budget than the American versions.
That's because Japan is about the same size of like California. It's not as big as America, so they're only broadcasting to like their not a big place.
Got it.
So they're either allowed to get more money, or sometimes they just want to save that money for other things, and they'll just use what budget they can to record with their like cheap cameras or something.
Right. But what was the story like in the Super Sentai for SPD? Was it like Jack and Z?
It was actually almost the same thing.
Really,
almost.
like Jack and Z were like criminals at first.
I think that was. I think that was different. Where everybody was already part of SPD. Oh, and the Japanese version, they're still called SPD. Space Patrol Delta.
Okay.
And so it was almost the same thing, except characters were changed.
Okay. But what about the same thing with the villain, right? I assume, or was it a different villain?
There wasn't a villain in the Japanese version.
Was it just like a cop drama?
More or less. Like there was Monster of the Week. Like there was a villain that came back once in a while, but he wasn't like the main one.
But that was cool that the villain the whole time just wanted revenge on Kruger.
Yeah.
He cut off his horn. That was like he had that really saltiness about like, you cut off my horn.
That was an American thing, and I thought that was really good.
Yeah.
I really liked that they gave him a villain.
Yeah.
So, with an actual motive with Kruger.
Well, didn't Kruger have a family?
Yeah, he did.
Well, they died.
Yeah.
That okay, now I remember that. I just remember that right now. I'm like, yeah, that's really, in fact, that's messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that. Kruger looks cute sometimes, like he's a dog.
His little puppy son looked cute.
Yeah, like he was a cute little guy. And I told you he's the same guy who was the Solaris Knight from Mystic Force.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I didn't actually.
It's crazy. I gave him a fun fact. I trivia him, and he didn't know something that I did. I win. I win this game. All right, I think it's time to wrap it up.
Dang.
All right, well, thank you so much. Where can people find your channel, actually?
Oh, please don't find my channel. I'm being serious about that.
Seriously?
Yes, I'm being serious.
Oh, okay, you don't want you to find his channel.
No, I'll post it on my channel, but I won't show everybody else.
Fair enough. All right, so this is our first ever Split Thought episode. Kevin, thank you for being our first ever guest on this channel.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Hopefully, we'll bring you back one day after we have maybe, the 2 guests that we'll ever have this year. But yeah, thank you for coming out. This is Split Thought Podcast. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please check out our other videos. We really put hard work into them. We really go out there. And if you want to be a guest on our podcast, please DM me on this Instagram. Please follow the please follow the Split Thought Instagram. Follow everybody, Facebook, everything. Be sure to check out for our next episode. And thank you guys for watching. Bye, guys.
Later.
That was horrible.
No.
I mean, like that was a horrible episode.
Maybe next time we can do more than just geek out.
How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up? I'm having a good time today. Please kill me.
Kill me too.